All right. So next video, I forgot what number we're at now, maybe number 9 or 7. So now that you figured out what product it is that you're going to sell, and you've also um, figured out what should you sell, or where should you be looking. You figured out if this is actually going to sell. We've also figured out where to look to see where it's selling at right now. We figured out what the pain point is and how to know whether or not this is really a pain point that we should go after, or people just talking as if they want to solve a problem, but they really don't. So we figured out how to figure that out as well. Mostly using a lot of research on Amazon. So now that you have all of these things figured out where to buy the inventory from, where to get a supplier, we figured all of those things out. I explained all those things to you in the last videos. So now the question is, okay, now that I have all of these things, am I ready to go ahead and buy the inventory so that I can start selling? And the question is absolutely no. You're not ready. You're getting close, but you're not ready yet. So remember what I told you, you're probably going to need about $10,000 to $15,000. That number may just keep going up, but you're probably gonna need about $10,000 to $15,000 starting out. Again, depending on what it is that you're actually selling, you may need more, or you may need less, depending on what your inventory cost is going to be. Because again, we're talking about private label e-commerce, and we're not talking about drop shipping. Drop shipping, it may not really cost you much but ad spend. So part of that, that $10,000 to $15,000 or $20,000 or whatever, part of that is going to be set aside for your advertising costs, whether that be on YouTube or whether that be on Facebook, Pinterest, wherever it is that you plan on selling, whether it is that you plan on advertising this product at, or whether you plan on going on Instagram or any other platform and talking to influencers and having them promote your product for you. So now what's next? Now that you've figured out all of these things, what is next? Next, should you go out and get you a website? No, still don't need a website yet. Still some more things that you can do, and we're getting close to you starting to spend money. So now that you understand the problem that it is that you're solving, and you understand how to solve that problem holistically and what products to give someone in a holistic sense, now what you need to do is you need to talk to a messaging expert, somebody that can help you clearly communicate a message, and from start to finish. Really, there's never an end point, but you want to help you create a message. So what does that message look like when they're hearing about your message on? I actually have a meeting coming up at 5:30, so I may have to cut this a little bit short. But what does that message look like? I got 2 minutes. So what does that message look like when you're just getting started? What does that message look like when that message starts on Facebook? People come to your website, and then boom, they get ready to leave. Or remember that whole holistic experience, either you're selling one product in bundles or you're selling multiple different products. So what does that message look like across all of those products to give somebody a holistic solution for this problem? So who is this messaging expert? The messaging expert is called a copywriter. So you want to talk to a copywriter. You can read books to understand copy more, so that way you have a clear understanding, and you understand why you're paying this guy so much money, even though you don't even have any inventory or you don't have anything else. Why are you paying this guy so much money? You're paying them this money because they're going to make you a lot of money. Remember we talked about earlier about giving Facebook $10 and then one person coming to your site and buying for $10. They can be the difference between Facebook sending 100 people to you and 10 people buying, or the difference between you doing everything yourself and then Facebook sending 1,000 people to you and nobody never buys. So that's the reason why you want to pay a messaging expert. And it's 5:30. I got a meeting to run to, so I'm gonna come back. I'm actually gonna pause this video and come right back.